The previous bedridden Kina Kagami finds herself in the world of her favorite RV titled Leadale, after her life support keeping her alive fails. Reincarnated into the body of her high-level character, Sina, she knows that the world of Leadale is different from what she's remembered playing. As she comes to learn, 200 years have passed since the last time she interacted in this world. However, this is not satisfying, as she means that a new journey awaits her, filling with exciting prospects and unfamiliar faces waiting to be discovered. This anime has about 12 episodes. It premiered January 5th, 2022 to March 23rd, 2022. Based off a light novel, its genres are adventure and fantasy. Each episode is 23 minutes per episode, it's rated PG-13. Now let's get started into the review. What I really liked about in the Land of Leadale, even though a main character had a bit of a mishap with her online game, basically she was playing this game while she was hospitalized, and a little bit of intro, her life support kind of gave out to her and her spirit kind of went into the game. But I feel like for Leadale itself, it's like a slow life, like slice of life isekai, where the big protagonist is literally transported into this world where, much more time has passed than that in the real world. And even though she is stuck there, she realized that all the NPCs that she's interact with have their own lives, their own family, and now she's a part of that. And I think also it's really interesting with this isekai as well, that it makes this type of isekai genre, pandering the whole wish fulfillment, like what else could your life be meaningful, especially in this type of game. But also, since she's like, the main protagonist, the 17 girls who kind of get stuck here after her life support kind of like fails her, and when she's reincarnated into this world in her high elf character, she has the opportunity to eat real food again, to walk again. I think also just to experience life outside than what her life was in a hospital bed, basically wasting away. Not really wasting away for nothing, but basically get to do things for herself. She could finally eat like a good meal for once. She could finally get a good night's sleep, and she can I think one of her favorite words that kind of also got to me in the first episode is that she couldn't, the last time she ate real food that was not through a plastic tube. And that's kind of sad, And the more I think about her backstory, I was kind of happy for her. She kind of got the second chance to go places and see new places and meet new people and celebrate with friends and family, and get to experience this family that she kind of created in this universe, but she never really got to interact because, reality had to come back knocking to her. But now she can spend time with, this family that she's created in the NPC world in this game, along making new memories and with new friends and new adventures to go on without being robbed of, her treasure life outside the reality. And overall, with this isekai especially, they made the NPCs have their own particular backgrounds, along with fleshing them out, giving their own unique personality, along with the other subspecies in this game and the humanoid animal creatures that are in there. I think overall, just having her be able to just click on the menu board in the game and just wiggle her way around being the top OP character in this game, especially with her race being a high elf. She's more powerful than the other characters, including her own children who we'll eventually meet. She's very powerful in that. Other than that, it's just the isekai is a very simple storyline, fantasy that tends to be a lot in these isekai that we tend to see. But overall, I think for Senen, she doesn't care much over her old life that she's lost. She's happy to be able to freely move around her own free will. But it kind of dawned on her that she's been having played this game in the game since 200 years when she actually hasn't played it for a couple of days. But I think this is kind of an interesting reincarnated story where she's finally happy to start a new life, but also kind of sad that everyone she knew in the game was kind of gone, and she has to come return to this new life, and then she can no longer go back to the real world, which in her case I don't think she has any problem with. Other than that, I think for the minor side of this, all the side characters, they really play well off of each other, and they really kind of make the flow, the pacing of the story go really well, especially when you meet Senen, how she's interacting in the game world, how long she's been there versus other players who's kind of got stuck there, how long they've been in there. And also along with the real characters and the story arc, I think overall, as the story begins, you see Senen trying to truly comprehend what's going on in this game, that she's no longer in the video game world, but the video game world has come to life. The NPCs aren't just players you can be disposed of just easily when they come back. These are actually real people. They live and die basically in this world, and their behaviors kind of show that. And also her crafting magical potions and how it can freak some of the NPCs out, but they think of her as this great genius basically, and try not to freak everyone out because how freely she equips weapons and mass destruction, and of her children that she's created, and then also the people who have personality who shaped by the 200 years that has passed in this game versus when she's first entered in it. But I think overall for Sennen, she didn't stay oblivious forever, was really like she tends to realize like her role here and realize that people actually die in this game now and are actually killed, and that the combat and the culture of the games have more influence in this new world that she's in. I think she's starting to appreciate that and embrace her new occupation in this world and take on more responsibility that this new world has to offer. And that's what I really like about Leadale. I think, with this isekai, it does definitely draw more and that fleshes more isekai world and versus protagonists being like, reincarnated in their shade there, or like they're stuck in a game but they go to get out. But I think for this one in particular, that she's getting a second chance at life and be able to live again. And definitely check out In the Land of Leadale, because this is a really good anime that I thought it gives a good definition of a second chance at life and try not to waste it, basically. But it's definitely cool how they did this isekai, but definitely check it out for yourself and let me know what you think. But until then, bye.